Well, right now here on the program, let's discuss the future of crop protection and how that weaves into protecting global food supplies and more. There's been a lot of innovation here over the last several years, and we continue to evolve. And so, what does this all mean? Where are we going? How could things like AI and more play a role? There's a lot to unpack here. Really excited to have a conversation today with Tom Meade, Chief Science Officer at Enko. Tom, great to talk with you, sir. Hope all is well.
Yeah, thanks, Jesse. It's great to be here.
Can you give folks just a little background on Enko and your role there as Chief Science Officer to get us started?
Sure. Enko was founded in 2017. It's a venture-backed agricultural biotechnology company. We focus exclusively on the discovery of novel chemistry for agriculture, and more specifically, our current focus is really around crop protection. So we had we've taken some technologies from the drug discovery industry and assembled them into a platform technology that is extremely effective at discovering novel chemistries, novel small molecules that have the potential to protect crops from weeds, weed pressure, from insects, from fungi. It does this much faster than the current technologies that incumbents in the industry are using today, which will lead to lower costs overall for the discovery development timeline, but also getting solutions into the hands of farmers faster.
Well, I think about all of the work that you guys are doing at Enko, and I know other companies are doing as well, and just this continued evolution and the innovation in the agricultural industry, and thinking about crop protection tools long term and protecting our food supply. I guess maybe your perspective on some of this shift and how we have been evolving, and what this could mean broadly for farmers moving forward. I mean, I guess, where do you see things big picture? Where do we stand right now in 2025, Tom?
Well, in 2025, I think overall, I would say there is a broad recognition that a single solution is not going to provide a long-term sustainable answer. That farmers need to continue to be successful in providing the food and feed and fiber that we all need. So we see, and there's not a lot of talk about seed and spray technologies, about using big data to predict fertilization conditions or pest outbreaks, to optimize farm yields. And so what is a key part of that? Biologicals have a part in all of this, but we can't forget that small molecule chemistries are really sort of the foundational tool to protect crops from these pests that can, left unmanaged, yield losses northwards of 40%. So I think we're in a really good place in terms of a recognition of the combination of technologies that are needed, but we need innovation to come faster to the marketplace, particularly in this highly regulated environment that we work in with crop protection chemistry.
I wonder as well, Tom, thinking about this from the producer level, I think sometimes producers, they see all this new technology and data, and they hear about, AI being a part of developing things, and just this change and evolution here. And maybe they get a little skeptical, a little hesitant. They don't know if they want to bring this new product or piece of technology into their operation, yet there's some out there that they fully embrace it. I guess, should we be super afraid of some of these developments in technologies? I would think not. I mean, I think a lot of this stuff is really going to help us be more efficient and, again, protect our food supply moving forward. So what's your perspective on, farmers' rate of adoption of some of these new products that companies like Enko and others are working on?
yeah, the artificial intelligence, the AI term gets thrown around a lot. And we try and use it really, really carefully so that we can back up the statements we make about application of AI. And I think thinking more broadly now, not just about what Enko is doing, but all these technologies that are coming on farm and farmers have access to. I'm not afraid, and I don't think farmers should be afraid, because at the end of the day, they work and they provide a very clear benefit consistent with the cost of the technology, or they don't, and farmers aren't going to adopt those. So, right, I think there's a feedback loop there that makes this very self-regulating. I'll say specifically for Enko, from a farmer perspective, the end product we develop in terms of how it's used, how it will be used on farm, no different than how they're used today, right? It's just what the chemistry does, what the molecule does, how quickly we can get it to the marketplace. And again, addressing some of these increasingly stringent regulatory hurdles, increasing the probability that we can actually get them through in a timely manner. It's still a long time, but in a timely manner.
We're having a conversation with Tom Meade, CSO, Chief Science Officer at Enko. For Enko specifically, Tom, what are you most excited about that you guys are working on right now or have worked on? And, what can you share with us? What has you the most excited right now as we look at the company currently, or even the next 5 years, down the road, as you guys continue to work behind the scenes on many of these products and more?
So I'm the chief science officer. I'm a science geek, and so I really love the tech. And more importantly, I really love the tech as it aligns to the economics of agriculture. I've spent my professional career in agriculture. Spent my professional career in the application of biotechnology to problems in agriculture, whether that's on the genetic side or on the small molecule side. And what really excites me most about what we're doing at Enko is we're really just kind of blowing up all the preconceived notions about how long it takes to discover something that's really novel, highly effective, and has all the characteristics that would make it a molecule that would be prime for passing and clearing those regulatory studies. So we started off with herbicides, and we started off there for a really specific reason, given the overall lack of new modes of action, new active ingredients, truly novel active ingredients. Been very successful in that, but we've also now got very successful fungicide projects and insecticide projects. And we do this with, we're a small company. We're less than 50 people. But so we're very efficient at what we do, and that is very, very exciting.
Well, Tom, anything else, thinking about this topic of crop protection tools and kind of this next frontier in food security and food supply and more, and all the things that you're doing there, what would you reiterate to folks listening in today? What would you leave them with here as we think about and continue to explore this evolving topic?
Yeah, that's a really great question. And what comes to mind is a discussion I often have with colleagues who work in the human pharmaceutical area, in the drug discovery area. And they start to ask questions about what we do. We talk about the similarities in technologies and approaches, which are there. But then I start to describe the challenges in bringing new products to agriculture. And I think they're consistently blown away by how complicated it is. They think their world's complicated, and they see our world and they say, wow, this is really, really tough. So back to your question about new technologies and AI, and should we be embracing these? Absolutely, because we have a really, really tough problem to solve. And the stakes are extremely high, as we all know. We have a growing population, growing dietary changes, and this is all going to come down to farmers to bring those products to those people, and us to bring the solutions that farmers need. So, yep, embrace the technologies because they're really critical in being successful.
Well, I know folks can learn more about Enko and the work that you guys are doing online, enko.ag, enko.ag for more information. Tom Meade, Chief Science Officer at Enko. This has been a fun conversation. We'll have to have another one again down the road, but for now, we'll let you go. Thanks for joining us here on the show today. We appreciate it.
Thanks very much, Jesse.